Okay, so I'm just excited to be with you guys because I don't know about you, but isolation can make you a little cray-cray. And I want to thank you because I had Aha Moments Live going today. I actually showered. I did my hair. I put on some makeup. I put on some clothes, not gym clothes. Hey, Or, thanks for popping on over here. And I don't know about you because I had spent most of the last 3 weeks in workout athletic attire. Can I see hands? Say that's me. If that is something that you've done, because why shower and get dressed or put makeup on or do your hair if you're not going anywhere? Now, hey Jules, some of us are inundated and our lives are changed by family moving in with us. Others their lives are changed because they're living by themselves and they don't have anybody in their lives that have moved in with them. So they're really isolated and not having that interaction. And whether you are isolated and don't have people living with you and not able to socialize, or whether you have family living with you and you need to adjust to that new norm for a while, I want us to have that conversation. I want to be here for the community and for all my friends that I know it's not easy. And I wanted to tell you a couple of things that I have done that has made it a little bit easier. And the things that my sister has done. Carol, is that you? Is that you're by yourself? You don't have other family members? And it gets really, really lonely. It gets really quiet. And if you don't even have a dog to go for a walk, it's even worse. That's why they punish prisoners and put them in isolation. It's a punishment to most of us. Your dogs don't talk back. I know. Sometimes that's a good thing, But with modern technology, we can overcome a lot of that. We can do things like this where we're doing lives or we're doing things on private things like Messenger, so that we can have the conversations and we can see each other face to face and not feel so incredibly isolated and alone. And if you are someone that is isolated, reach out to others. And if you're somebody who, has people moving in, I see Pam, you have 2 sons. Oh, so you have a son and a fiance. And I've got my daughters and girlfriends and stuff here. So either way, reach out to somebody today, because some people think that people who are forgetting that some people are extroverts and are used to going to work or being able to socialize, and now they're not. And that is a really hard thing for people who are extroverts to handle. So if you know somebody who's an extreme extrovert and they're now working from home or they're all by themselves, reach out to them. If you know somebody that's an introvert that isn't surrounded by family, reach out to them. If you know somebody that is surrounded by family and may need a lifeline, reach out to them. And if nobody is reaching out to you, reach out to somebody. Be your own advocate. If you need help, reach out. Post something in Aha Moments. We can do more of these. We can do messenger chats. I'm really, really wanting to make sure that people don't feel all alone. Okay? It's really important. You're going to get me all choked up. Some things that I'm doing to try and combat the craziness that you might feel when you're isolated, and the why shower, why do anything, is I've started and it's helped a little bit to create a schedule, because some of us don't have any reason to get out of bed. Are you with me? How many of you, you can work remotely, but you don't have to get up at 7 every morning, or you don't have to be right online until 9, so you're waking up at 8:55, Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad you're here, Monique. Thank you for being honest. we're here for each other. Sherry, I'm reading what Sherry is saying. My husband was exposed to the virus, so he and I are living apart since Tuesday night. Girl, I hear you. You have underlying health issues. I hear you. For those of you who remember, back in February, my husband, who is an airline pilot, was over in China, did a trip to China. And when he came back, he felt like it was right after he came back that they were asking people to self-quarantine for 14 days. So we did that for 14 days. We were both fine. And now, yesterday, some of you know, my daughter's lease is up. So we had to rent a truck and move all of their stuff and move it here, home. So we did the best we could. Luckily there weren't a whole lot of people out in their hallways. We washed our hands, incessantly, but we are exposed. And now we'll be home for 2 weeks and we're not going to be going anywhere. And if we do, we'll be wearing gloves and masks if we go to a grocery store. But I've got enough, I think, for 2 weeks, hopefully. We may have to have somebody luckily here in the States, they have a lot of places that you can put in orders and they'll deliver food from the grocery store to you, which is really a godsend. For people who have immune issues, that is really the way to go. Our grocery stores are doing that. There's either the grocery store or there's other outside businesses called, here it's called Instacart. The stores themselves are delivering. So if you need to make use of that so that you don't expose yourself, take advantage of that. But I'm going to go back to what I was talking about and creating a routine, because what happens is we're not in the routine that we're used to. We're kind of out of sorts. And so we go in, our emotions start rearing. We're like, F it. I don't need to get up. I don't need to shower. I don't need to walk. I don't need to eat right. I don't need to fill in the blank, right? And I'm just as guilty. Luckily, I have a dog, and he doesn't understand coronavirus. He doesn't understand isolation. He only understands that he gets walked every morning. So it forces me out of bed because he cannot hold his bladder past a certain... Melissa, darn. Anyway, hopefully she'll pop on here. What was I going to say? Oh, so he does not stop to not do a walk. We walk. We stay far away from everybody, but we walk every day. Then I come home and I work out. Do I feel like working out? No. Is there a reason to work out? Am I seeing anybody? No. So, goodness, let's see if I can. I don't know if I can do this without losing you guys. Okay, I'm going to try something. If I lose you, please come back. People are messaging me, where are we on Zoom? So, hang on 1 second. Did work. Okay, hold on. Yay, I didn't lose you guys. Thank you for hanging on for 1 quick second while I let those people know who are messaging me that we were back on Facebook and not on Zoom. So, doing creating a routine is really, really helpful. Even when we don't feel like working out, even when we don't feel like going for a walk, even when, because staying in that routine helps us mentally, helps us physically. And when we're mentally and physically feeling at least that we have control over our routines, it doesn't make us feel so helpless and so alone. If you need to, message a friend, do it on Messenger, work out together. We can create workout groups. We can create walking groups. I've done things where I'm walking and I'm chatting with my sister, I'm chatting with one of you. So I create that routine. I still stay in touch with people to make sure they're okay. And excuse me, I'm having a hot flash. I can't think straight. And that has been incredibly helpful. Now, Have I gotten in clothes every day? No. Have I put makeup on? No. Have I pulled my hair? Oh, have I pulled my hair up and just put it in a ponytail most days? Yes. Have some days I've not gotten a shower until right before bed? Yes. And some days I don't even get a shower at all. But I do at least start off my day with a walk, with a workout, with a decent breakfast. And you will be amazed at how much better you feel when you have control over the start of your day and how that starts such a wonderful rest of your day and mentally gets you there. The other things that I have done, and I know it's really, really hard not to be inundated with all of the news, but if you can turn it off and just listen to it for 30 minutes at the end of every day, that way you're not inundated. Now, there are some people in my life that really feel the need to listen to it a little bit more and to give me updates, which I don't really care to hear. How many people, have come down with the virus? How many people have not survived? I don't really care to hear that. That doesn't help me. That doesn't benefit me. That doesn't change me. That doesn't change what I do on a regular basis. And so I've just nicely asked them, please stop sharing that information with me in a very nice way. And you can do that too. You can say to your friends, I love you. Thank you. I get the bit of news that I need. And if there's a change and you want to let me know, that's fine. But I don't need to know the gory details and the numbers from all across the world. That does not lift my spirits. There's nothing I can do to help them, and that doesn't change my daily activity. So asking people to honor your wishes and not share so much information is another thing you can do to help with your psyche during this time. If you would, list the things that you're doing, or you volunteered today. See, it is amazing the things that people are doing to help their neighbors. Some people in my neighborhood, they have actually made the masks and have donated them to neighbors. Hang on one more second. Hang on. All right. So thank you for waiting for me to come back. But it has been heartwarming. We need to hear more of the humanitarian effort that we are all making to help each other get through this. That's what lifts our spirits, you guys. So when you're thinking about sharing stuff, share a joke, share what somebody is doing, share what you're doing. I think that's so commendable. My neighbor is got issues, and so every time I go to the store, which I don't go very often, thankfully, I actually call them and I ask them, do you need anything? Do you need medicines or anything like that, so that I can pick up some stuff for them so that they don't have to go. I think that is really good, to be looking out for others. Pam, oh my gosh, your daughter's 35 weeks pregnant and has the virus? Oh my gosh, how is she doing? I'm hoping that she's going to be okay. I know that some people get it and they get it a lot worse than others. So my heart is out to you. Is she staying at your house, or are you taking care of her, or is she, in her own place? Is she in the hospital? Where is she, Pam? I know my brother is in, I'm reading Pam's thing. She's in Long Island. My brother is in Connecticut. And it's really bad there as well. But staying positive, a schedule. See, Pam is telling you, a schedule really helps. And here's something else that I realized. Hey, Lynn's joining us. My feed is a little bit lagged, so I don't know when people are popping on. Let's see, Cheryl's on. It's nice to see you. Yes, Cheryl, for those people who are popping on, there was a lot of people that didn't feel comfortable with Zoom, so we just resumed here and Facebook. That's awesome. Oh, Melissa made it. And Cheryl, you stopped watching the news. I'm trying to catch up with the feed. Nicole made it. Yay! Something else that we're doing as a family that I think is really, really cool is we are actually playing games with extended family members online. It is a game called, Morgan, what's the name of that game that we play? It's called Jackbox Party Pack. And I'll put a link to it in the post above when I get off, but it's called Jackbox Party Pack. And the way how you do it is it's an online game where everybody gets to play. They play on their phones or on their computers or their electronic devices. And the way that we play it with like my nieces and nephews from Florida and Connecticut is we get on a Zoom call and she shares her screen so that everybody can, and they get a link so that they log on and everybody can play at one time and we all see each other and we've been laughing and having the best time. So if you have an opportunity to do that, please try that out. It has been a ton of fun. It has created a lot of memories. We've learned a lot about each other based on the answers to the questions and the games that we're playing. So again, it's Jackbox Party Pack. And they have a lot of games you can choose from. There's a couple that we kind of honed in on that we really like. And we've been playing that at least once a week with my family members. And my daughter's been playing that with her friends. So definitely something that you can do. Doing it in combination with some sort of platform where you can share your screen. Now, I just found out that Messenger allows you to share your screen. So it's something that my friend Sita and I have been playing with a little bit. Definitely something that you can do. So when you log on, you can then share your screen when you're on Jackbox and do a messenger call with people for those of you who are not comfortable with Zoom. So yes, there are other ways around it without using that platform. But you're going to need something where everybody can communicate. And so you can do that with a messenger chat group and just share your screen. Let me know. Let me know if you guys try that and if you like it. It is something that we can plan here if you decide that you want to do that. And it is like I said, it is a ton of fun, and that really helps. The other thing that we have done as a family is my kids are older, so that they have work and they work from home, so we all have our own separate spaces where we're working from, and we all take care of ourselves for food, for breakfast and lunch, but for dinner we get together and we have family dinners. And that has been really kind of cool, because for those of you who have adult children who have moved back into the family home for the time being, for whatever the situation is, it's really a blessing. It's really an opportunity to make some precious memories. Oh, Marsha, you're keeping your grands so mom has less stress. Oh, what an awesome grandma you are. And how lucky are your grands that they get to spend some quality time with grandma. I think that's awesome. Cheryl, I'm with you. We haven't really left in 3 weeks. Hubby has asthma. Yeah, it's good that you're taking it really seriously. I am sure you're out in California, so I am sure that you have grocery stores and delivery services. I don't know if you guys saw, but there's a video going around from a doctor, I think he's a pediatrician actually, where he actually shows you how to disinfect your groceries. So if you do have delivery service, or even if you're bringing your groceries home yourself, there is going to come a time, if not now, to actually think about disinfecting your groceries, where you wipe down your boxes and packaged goods and you put your produce in soapy water, in some warm soapy water, like apples and oranges and bananas and stuff like that. And you actually wash them to get the virus off of them if there is some virus on them. It's a good idea to wipe them all down. Do it on a surface that you can then disinfect afterwards. And they're now saying not to use reusable bags, to actually use the plastic ones so that you can dispose of it, and not be bringing the virus in on the bags. So that is another thought when you're talking about grocery shopping. Amazon, if you don't need to open it, I've been leaving it outside or in the garage. You can spray like Lysol or something on it. We have used gloves and cut the contents open, in case it's on the box. But at some point, you're going to have to touch it and try and disinfect as best you can. But yeah, it's scary, especially for those who have asthma or immune issues or breathing issues. It's a scary time. You've been organizing. Now, please, Melissa, give us some motivation, because there's some projects I have around the house that now that I have the time, I don't really feel like doing them. So, send some good mojo this way. Something that I am doing besides the routine, for those of you who logged on a little bit late, I'm doing a routine where I get up, walk the dog, work out, eat breakfast, and I do meditate, I do journal, and I also have started working on a couple of work projects that I had been putting off. For those of you who may not be aware, Sita and I have put out some things to help with children, confinement activities that you can do. And what my friend Linda has done is she's actually talked to her grandkids long distance and gone through their homework. So you could actually do activities via Skype and all of these Messenger and things like that with people who are not actually in your house. And some of these confinement activities are a ton of fun for those of you who are stuck at home with children, or even if you're not. The most recent one was a family fortnight. And even if you don't have children at home, if you're stuck at home, sometimes it's just fun to build a fort and to be a kid. So we put out some of those things. If you're wanting that, I'll post the link for it above. I've been trying to remember to post in here those things. They're all free. They're just something to try and beat the isolation and the crazy, the craze. And the other thing that we're working on is a course for teaching parents how to teach their kids about money. If you or someone you know would be interested in learning how to teach your kids about money so that they can grow up to be independent and debt-free and you won't have to worry about them, please give me a thumbs up, send me a message, ask me, tell me that you'd like the link. I'll post it in here, but I'm happy to send it to you personally if you know of somebody that would benefit from that information. We're probably going to launch it in May. So stay tuned for that. That's something that I'm working really hard on and trying to get the energy to do so. Something else, let's see. I'm glad that we decided to reconvene here, Cheryl, because I know a lot of people were saying that they didn't want to do Zoom. So I just need to get that feedback from you. I'm happy to do it here. I just thought that over there we could actually hear each other's voices. It wouldn't just be one way. But this works. Heads Up. That's a great game. That's another game for those of you who didn't see Cheryl's comment. If you don't want to do Jackbox, Heads Up is a fun game to do. And you can do that virtually as well, right, Cheryl? Have you been doing it virtually? Okay, I will be sure to post the link. Let's see, I'm going through some of the comments. Family dinners, curbside pickup. Okay, so for those of you who might not have the ability to have it delivered, at least get it to where you can pick it up curbside, where they just put it in your car. That's also really, really nice. Hey, Sandra, how are ya? Just going over things, and Lisa, yay! So many people popped on I didn't see, and Pam. We play hide and seek. That's a great game. How do you play hide and seek virtually, though? Are you doing it just with the people in your home? Because we're also trying to think of things that we can do virtually. They're doing pound classes on Zoom. Yeah. I think that the issue that people are hearing is that people are hacking Zoom, into your calls. I will tell you that my nephew, who is a senior and plays lacrosse, he is missing out on his senior night. That's when they go on the field and they get announced, and it's a really big deal when you're a senior. And because they're no longer in school, that whole thing got canceled, and he was really sad. So my sister asked us all to get on a Zoom call, a call where we could all see and cheer for him when he got home from work, because he is in an essential business. He is actually in like a burger joint where people can come in and pick up food. So he is still working. And when he came home, there were over 20 of us on a call, all screaming and shouting for him. And my daughter made him a poster that, had his number on it. And although it's not going to be the memory of walking on the field, it's going to be a pretty strong, amazing memory when he looks back years from now on his senior night, when he got to walk in the house and have all of his family and friends there cheering for him. So think outside the box. Just because your family or you are not able to do things like you normally would doesn't mean you can't create a new normal and still create a memory that you will cherish for a very long, long time. So I challenge you, you can do 5 on FaceTime. Yes, that's true too. I found that out. I didn't know you could FaceTime multiple people. Thank you, Cheryl. You can do multiple people on FaceTime, and you can do multiple people on Messenger, and you can share your screen on Messenger. So if you come on late, those are some of the other things. Listen to this after. We've given you some games that you can download and play with people. We've given you some things to do. We've helped. Some people here have given some ideas on ways to beat the craziness. One thing, let me ask you this, because it's something that I'm waffling on, and maybe you can either say yes or no. In the very beginning, 3 weeks ago, I was really diligent. I was really good about eating really clean, eating really healthy, eating portion size, and this last week has been brutal, and I have been snacking a whole lot more. I've been eating things that I shouldn't, and I need to get back on plan. So if you are in the same boat and you need an accountability partner, let me know. We can do accountability partners here. Tell me what you need, and I'm happy to either supply it or instigate the supply of it, because there are a lot of people here, and maybe there's others that need accountability for working out, or they need accountability, or they just need somebody to check in on them. Melissa, you need accountability for what? You need accountability for eating, for working out. What is it? Fun for Families, Easter, a messenger. That would be awesome, Brenda. That's a great idea, because yes, holidays are coming up. Easter's coming up. Passover is coming up. For Passover, you can do services virtually, you guys. For Easter, you can have Easter dinner where you all are sitting down at the table with, your phones with your family members from all over, all quarantined at the same time. It won't be the same, but it would still be fun, and it will be memorable, and it'll be something that you can take away from this crazy experience and really some of us feel like we just don't have any control. And taking control of the situation helps for that feel of overwhelm and that feel of sadness. You've had too many binges, Marcia. I'll tell you, it's really hard once you fall off, getting back on. So, all right. We're going to do an accountability group here then. At the end of every day, I want to see how many of you post what you ate. Starting tomorrow, you don't have to start today because we're all in different time zones. Whatever your tomorrow is, I want you to post what you ate. Because when you have to post it and you have to actually write it down, you at least give it a second thought. So it's okay if you eat a piece of chocolate. It's totally okay. But I want you to write down in the group and let us all support you and do #accountability. #accountability. So I can look, there's a lot of comments in here, I can look and I can be there too. Or maybe this will make it easier. I will put a post up Eastern time tomorrow morning that says post your accountability here. And that way it'll be all in one post and we'll be able to do all the accountability. So if you need to be, okay, today I did it, I worked out. Today I went on a walk. Today I started my day with a healthy breakfast. And then we can cheer each other on. That's what we'll do. And if you missed that post, just post and put the #accountability. We'll find you. And we need to give each other support during this time. I think that we also need to reach out and if you're alone, I know Carol, you're alone. There are a couple of people that are all by yourselves. I think that check back in, because what I'll do is I will just do a messenger call and I'll put out a post saying who wants in on a messenger call, and we'll schedule it at a time that works. And whoever wants in on the messenger call, I'll just create a messenger group and we'll do a messenger call. What do you think? For those of you that feel very alone, feel isolated, feel like you're losing your minds because you only have your pets or you don't even have pets, if that's something that you want, post in here, I want to be on the isolation buster call, and we will do an isolation buster call. How's that sound? And we can do them, we'll figure out a time that we can do them at least, once or twice a week. And if we need to do more, we'll do more. But let's just start out there. Let's just schedule a call. A call is better than no call. Please let me know if you're going to be an isolation buster. I'll post after this. Isolation busters, please let me know what time and days work best, and we will just do that. What do you think? All right, my feed stopped. My problem is nagging my hubby for eating too much. Okay, Cheryl, I need to have a conversation with you and anybody else, because my husband's the same way. He begged me to buy Fritos. Now, you know how many servings are in a bag of Fritos, right? He ate like 3/4 of a bag in one sitting. And then, so I hear you. As good as I can be, I can't put a muzzle on him. And I can't force him to stop getting in there. And I even tried not buying it, but then he was like, I need to go out and get something, and then he went to a grocery store and bought them. So here's here's what I said to him. I said, look, what can I do to support you? What do you need? Think of something else, because eating 3/4 of a bag of Fritos is not going to lift your worry, is not going to lift your concern. Talk to me. Let's go for a walk around. Let's go up and down the stairs if you have stairs. Let's move our bodies. Let's do jumping jacks. Every time you feel like grabbing a bag of Fritos, let's do 20 jumping jacks, and then see if you still feel like grabbing that bag of Fritos. We can only help them so much. They have to help themselves. I have kids here who are feeling the same way. They're grabbing for things that they shouldn't, and we can only do what we can do. All of us are working through this situation as best as we can, and we can try and give them the tools that work for us, but all we can do is maybe hold their hand instead of letting their hand go into the Frito bag. Give them a big hug so that they hug you and not eat their Fritos. I'm going to try some of these things. If you try some of these things that I'm coming up with, report back to me and let me know how they work, because I'm going to try them. The next time my husband grabs that Frito bag, I'm going to grab his hand and I'm going to hug him. I'm going to put the Frito bag back and see what kind of response I get. Sometimes he just gets mad and he goes and he takes them anyway. But maybe I can get him to laugh and not do that. So let me know if it works for you. I'm going to try. I'll report back. Let's see. Oh, I'm glad you guys are liking that. Okay, Carol, you're on. Anybody else for accountability? Anybody else need an isolation buster call? Oh, Brenda, I'm glad you're going to be able to do live with Easter. That's great. Yeah, Cheryl, it really does. It really helps me. I hired a trainer, and when he told me that I needed to write down all the things I was eating, it was really quick how quickly I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't write that down. But now I can't see him. So now I'm not really, he's not really looking. And so I write down chips and I write down candy bar. And so if I'm accountable to you guys, then I will be better. So we can just help each other. Because at the end, when we're quarantined, I don't know how long we're going to be quarantined for, you guys. I don't know if it's 3 months or 3 more weeks. But wouldn't it be great at the end of the quarantine that if we came out and all of our clothes felt looser than tighter? We have the opportunity now to really control it, because we're not going out to eat. We're not being enticed by others. And so we just have to be able to control ourselves in our own houses. It really doesn't get any easier than that. We're not traveling. Excuse me. So it doesn't get any easier than right now to control it. We do have control over that. So let's see. Ooh, I've got the hiccups. Let's see if we can actually get to the point where we are feeling better and fitter at the end of this than feeling fatter and bigger. What do you say? All right, or I'm going to include you too. Working help, you guys. Working out, even if you just go for a walk around the block, if you can, really helps. Really helps. The moving your body and the routine. Get into a routine. It doesn't need to be my routine. Whatever works for you. Even if you have to get, I'm not a morning person, Amy. I don't want to get up till 10. That's fine. Get up at 10. I don't care. Get up at 10, make yourself a cup of coffee, have a healthy breakfast, and then go for a walk. You don't have to walk first. Me, I walk first. And look, you guys, my hair is getting so long that it can't even, look, is this not beautimous? There's no haircuts. So the hair is going to get really, have you seen that meme where the hair is really long and the eyebrows grow together and the nails, oh my gosh, the nails are all grown out and all of that because we don't have the opportunity to go see the people that, keep us looking good. So that'll be interesting too, how long our hair grows. Let's see. Ah, Melissa, a month. That is a long time. And Melissa, she's got puppies. She's got a puppy. So that's a lot of work. Messenger call sounds good. Carol, okay, we will do that. I know. I'm with you, Cheryl. We worry about our men, about the ones that we love, our men, our kids. But you know what? We can't do it for them. We can't. And I tell him that all the time. I'm like, I worry about you. I want you around for a good long time. And you're not helping. So, I know. I feel your pain. If you find something that works, will you post it here? I will let you know if holding his hands or giving him a hug or any of that. I'll let you know if that works. Maybe if we disrupt, because sometimes they have a thought and they go for the emotion immediately without, breaking that cycle. Maybe if we break the cycle of thought to food, maybe they'll be able to stop it. Maybe if we intercede. So let me know. I'll let you know. I'll report back too. Yeah, I hear you, Lisa. So you understand too. We're in this together. Yeah, Monique, we'll have to do a Zoom call. Not a Zoom call, but like a virtual call. We can do a virtual call. You guys, you could even play cards. You could even play cards. Well, yeah, I think you could still, depending on what the game is, you could even play cards. Hey, Eva! I think I'm really far behind on this. It's boredom. Yeah, Melissa, that is really challenging, the boredom. Unfortunately, I have so many things that I should do that I'm not bored, but being by yourself, how about this? I don't know if you're into this, so give me some feedback. But something that I really love to do and really passes the time and is really good for your mental state for a lot of reasons are jigsaw puzzles. So if you have a jigsaw puzzle, pull it out. If you don't, then order one online and have it delivered, and do a jigsaw puzzle. Because here's the deal. If you don't jigsaw puzzle, or you don't knit or crochet or sew or paint or something along those lines, what I found was that at the end of the day, you feel like you are not productive and you have nothing to show for your time on the planet. At least that was the way that I felt at a certain point in time, where I was bored, I felt unproductive, and here you can't really do a whole lot out of the house, and inside the house, maybe you're just about done organizing all the things you have to organize. So at the end of the day, you look at your two dogs and you're like, well, I fed them, I let them out, I played with them, I got a shower, that's about it. So if you have a jigsaw puzzle, you can show what you had for that day. You can see that you got the border done, or that you got half of the puzzle done. And at the end of the day, you can actually see progress. You can actually see physical evidence that you did something on this planet today. And that's when I would crochet. I would do like blankets or pot holders or whatever, scrubby things, just to show, look, I did something today. So if you're not into the arts or the crochet or knitting, jigsaw puzzles work too, because at the end of the day, you actually see progress. So that's an idea. And we could also, I guess we can't really do an exchange because then they'd all be contaminated. But ordering one online, then you can decontaminate the box, and then you should be fine. Or if you have somebody that will shop for you, have them buy you one. Like I go to the dollar store, you guys. Dollar stores are still open, PS, because they're essential because they have food. But I get my puzzles at the dollar store because they're cheap, and then I can do them, and then I can redo them. So if you have an idea of another activity that people can do that doesn't require them to leave their house, that can have them show for their time on their planet, please list it here. I think I'm pretty far behind. I don't think that I'm scrolling fast enough. So please list other things if you can think of them. For jigsaw puzzles, the other nice thing is it is actually using your brain, because you're actually visualizing, you're actually using a lot of calories, believe it or not, because you're burning so many calories trying to figure out what piece goes where and how the puzzle goes together. So you're burning calories, you're using your brain, and at the end of the day, you have something to show for the time that you've invested. So that would be my big thing. Who said this? Marcia. Maybe we're seeing that we are actual the problem. Like maybe we will actually figure out why we do what we do. Our only distraction is us. Yes, for those who would like to go in and figure stuff out, now is a great time. And if you think, here's what I do for that, because this is kind of hard sometimes when you're by yourself, but if somebody says something to you, or if you think a certain thing, if you can catch yourself thinking it and say, why do I think that? Why do I think it that way? Why did I interpret it that way? There's a million ways to interpret something. Why did I choose that way? And when you ask yourself, sometimes you need to have for me, I need to have another person ask me. And then all of a sudden, it's like a floodgate opens. I really set aside my routine. Yeah, Brenda, it's not a good idea. Right now, it's really important to have a regular routine. And not deviate from it. Not only for your mind, but for your body. It just, you feel better when you do. Melissa, oh girl, yeah, we're gonna have lots of gray hair. The nice thing is I've got a couple of boxes that'll help me with that in the meantime. So I saw something too. Who was it? Somebody, Lori Ware, who works for Mary Kay, has some sort of product that covers the gray, that you just go like this, and it really worked. I don't know. I just caught the end of her. Yes.
The stuff is dripping down onto the bottom, burning on the bottom of the stove.
Can you put aluminum foil on the rack underneath it to catch it so it doesn't hit the bottom? We are making, for dinner, we're making brisket. Have you ever had brisket? Oh, it's so good. But I guess it's leaking and it's dripping and now it's burning on the bottom, so it's making it really stinky. So she was just asking what to do. All right, I don't remember what I said. Oh, so Mary Kay has a product. I saw Lori Ware's live. So Lori, if you're on here, I know you're in this group. If you could hook a sister up, there's some of us in here that might be able to use that product you were demonstrating. And I will tag Lori and see if she can come on here, if she's not in here tonight, and tell us what it was that she used to cover up gray. There's only so much we can do. I hear you. Except the grays. Oh, I know. I wonder if there's something that we can use. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think of that. For a while, I thought, couldn't you use like beets? If your hair is red, couldn't you use beets? I mean, they dye your fingers. Does it not dye your hair? You might not want that color red, though. I understand. Oh, downstairs. Yes. Found out 2 days ago my husband coming home. Yay, Melissa! For those of you who don't know Melissa's story, Melissa's husband works 6 months out of the year in Japan and is due home in April. And she was concerned that he wasn't going to be able to be allowed back in the country. She just found out he is. So that's awesome news. Oh, yay! Okay, Cheryl, take a picture of your puzzle. Take a picture. We want to see. And post every day how far you get. For for me, you know what? They have these puzzles that are what I call easy. The dollar store puzzles are easy. They have, I call them 2 holes and 2 nubs, and they either horizontal or vertical. So even the challenging ones are still doable. There are others that have like 5 nubs or like 4 holes. I'm like, and they're all like weird shaped pieces. Have you ever done a puzzle like that, you guys? If so, please tell me the secret of doing it. They don't all line up. Those are really challenging if you've ever done them. But show us pictures as you progress. I would love to see them. Free jigsaw puzzles online? I do it all the time. Oh, virtual ones that you actually put them. That's cool. Carol, will you post the link to that? Carol says that there's a virtual one that you can do online. I think that those are cool. But I do think that the actual ones where you're working with the pieces are even better. But if you can't get out and you can't get one, then go ahead and get one. Do the virtual ones. Carol, would you put the link in here for people? Hey, Jeannie, thanks for joining. Brenda, my husband just asked. Yeah, that chatty Kathy. I think I've been going for quite a while. I lost track of time. This is probably my longest one ever. But I really feel like I needed to connect with you guys. I really felt disconnected. Holy moly, it's almost an hour. I should probably wrap this up. Okay, hey Vicky, trying to get to the bottom. Let's see, scanning around. I will go back, and for those of you who I have not made a comment to, it might be because I didn't see it or I went by really quick, so I will go back and read everything and respond. For those of you who came on late, we are going to be doing accountability groups. If you want to, take part in them, we will be doing group call. If you want to be taken, that's called, what do we call that? We called that isolation buster. So if you want an isolation buster, just put the hashtag that. I will put a post so that people can let me know what works for them, and we can all get on and have some fun and let loose and laugh. And let's see, Facebook has a jigsaw game. Marsha, let us know. Where do we find it on Facebook? You guys are such a wonderful source of information. Do share. Help sisters out here, and ultimately brothers, because we'll share with others. Oh, all that rhymed. And share the things that are working for you. And if the things that I've shared work for you, let me know that too. I will report back how it works with my husband, and let me see the puzzles. We're going to be taking out puzzles as well, and working on them as a family. And I will be sure to post mine. Let's see. Oh, yeah, because you know what, Cheryl? It doesn't do them any good to nag them. It just doesn't. And it doesn't make us feel any better. Nobody feels better. So just give him a hug. Tell him you love him. And next time he goes for the Fritos or whatever he's going for, give him a hug and tell him you love him. And try and do what we did when the kids were little and just redirect. I'm trying that. I'll report back how it works. All right, you guys, it's been almost an hour. It has been such a joy. I look forward to reading your comments. I look forward to doing our calls. We'll do a messenger group call for those of you who want that. Put in the comments below isolation buster so I can make sure that I tag you in that post. Or look for the post isolation buster. For those of you who need accountability partners, put accountability. I'll put a post for accountability partners. And if there's something else that you need, please reach out and let us know. We're here for you. But you gotta let us know that you need us. It does not show a sign of weakness. It shows a sign of strength to ask for help, especially in these crazy, crazy times. So please, Let us know how we can help you. And I look forward to chatting with you. Aha Moments Live next month. We'll see if we're still isolated. And in the meantime, we'll do some other calls. All right, you guys have a great Sunday. Have a soulful, sinful, silly Sunday. I'll talk to you next time. See ya.